Hey guys, welcome back to Rooftop Talks. Today I want to start out by listing a few very compelling reasons for going vegan in this current day and age. Veganism prevents the creation and spreading of zoonotic diseases and antibiotic resistant bacteria. It massively reduces land usage. It reduces the need for pesticides and insecticides which contaminate our rivers and drinking supplies. It reduces fecal waste, which also cleans up our natural water supplies. Veganism increases food security, especially in the most food scarce and impoverished parts of the world. Veganism reduces deforestation, reduces global warming, reduces air pollution, reduces water usage and water runoff, surface runoff, which prevents flooding. It stops killing the oceans and the ocean ecosystems. It increases biodiversity. It reduces the destruction of ecosystems, which are a treasure trove of compounds that can be researched to develop new drug formulations for rare illnesses. Veganism is perhaps the best thing one can do to reduce their carbon footprint. And I could talk about how a plant-based diet is an excellent way to live longer by reducing our cardiovascular disease cases, and therefore it unburdens our national health services because it alleviates them of the burden of having to deal with these cardiovascular diet-related diseases. It saves slaughterhouse workers from the trauma of working in the profession of killing and mass slaughtering, which will improve public mental health as a lot of these abattoir workers go home to families after suffering traumatic experiences at work, and then they take that out in one way or another. They can take that out on their family, and those problems can then ripple throughout generations. So there is a case to be made that ending slaughterhouses through veganism could improve the mental health of our population, of the population of the world, if we take it to the world stage. Now, these are compelling reasons, very, very compelling reasons, I think, and there's a lot of validity to them. There's a lot of data to back up these reasons, and I totally get it if Earthling Ed wants to talk about all of these myriad of different human benefits to veganism. Why not, right? Why not? But the reason I won't, or I'm trying to not lead with these reasons for why people should go vegan, is because it benefits us. It's because they are selfish motives. Because they're selfish motives, they miss the point completely. The underlying reason for us going vegan is that it's the right thing to do, because the animals are subjugated and suffering at the hands of us, and that is an injustice. And that's the only reason you need. And I think actually these human benefits, if you lead with these reasons for veganism, it weakens the vegan message. Because what if it's not the case? Like, what if it's not the case that veganism has all of these tremendous health benefits? Should we keep on murdering animals by the millions? Is that okay then? What if it's not actually that beneficial to the environment? Should we just keep slaughterhouses, keep serving up foie gras to people? Keep on imprisoning monkeys in tiny little cages for lab experiments? See, it is an important difference. It's the difference between saying, let's not walk around punching others because it will damage your hand, versus let's not walk around punching others because it hurts them and it damages their face, right? You wouldn't tell someone who's murdering, don't do that, it's going to cause mental health problems to you. No, you say don't murder others because of the victim, because you have no right to infringe on that victim's sovereignty. You have no right to restrict the freedom of another sovereign individual. Humanity needs a new story. That's what this comes down to. We, as a society, as a culture, we are steeped in self-service. We are steeped in it. To the point where it feels, to a lot of people, it sounds strange. It sounds foreign to do something with a motivation that is outside of yourself, that is not self-serving. That is a problem with our culture. Humanity needs a new story where we are not at the center of it, where our fragile little egos aren't being stroked every 5 seconds with this self-serving human supremacist narrative. The thing is, we are not alone here on Earth. We share the Earth with other tribes, and they might not be as intelligent as us, but they have other qualities that are like us, and sometimes they excel in qualities that we should be excelling at. For example, I believe that dogs are more loyal than humans. You see, that's loyalty is not intelligence, it's a different trait, but it is one that is a quality of an animal. Not all humans are loyal. Not all dogs are loyal, but dogs in general, they're more loyal, right? There are animals that are more gentle than humans. The root of the problem here is always in our attitude. The root of the problem here is that we behave as if we're the only ones here, but we share everything. We need to learn to share with others. It's a big ego check. If you're doing veganism right, it is a big, big ego check. The way that we get better as a society is to realize that it's not okay to steamroll over anyone who has a different need than us or a different desire than us, or to steamroll over someone who has something that we want, to ignore their rights when it's convenient for us. That's the thing, we only seem to care about the rights of certain animals when it's convenient to us and our emotions, and it always comes back to us. But it doesn't have to be like that. Humans don't have to be selfish, they can be responsible. They can impose limitations on themselves that safeguard their neighbors. We do this on individual levels, and we're taught to do this on an individual level, but we do not practice this on a large scale. And look, I'm not saying I'm above this entirely. Maybe in some cases, because of how dire a situation we are in, I might end up resorting to appealing to people's self-interests at times, like Earthling Ed does. God bless him, he's trying his best, and he's doing an incredible job, and he's converting a lot of people. It seems to be working, you know, appealing to people's self-interest. I'm not saying I'll never do it, but I think before I resort to that, I will first always try to give them the truthful reason, the pure reason for veganism. We should do it because we have no right. We have no right to violate the innate rights of living sentient beings. Anyone who tells you that they do have a right is full of shit, because other creatures' lives matter. The lives of other creatures matter. Not necessarily to us, not always to us, but to themselves. The life of a sentient individual always matters to themselves. That's the only message I want to bring across in this video. Yeah, we can simplify this vegan message down into something very pure and very, very strong if we so choose. And that's what I choose to do. I want to thank some of the people in the vegan community who have really kind of opened my eyes to this simple, potent, powerful interpretation of veganism, I suppose. Even though it's not really an interpretation, but it's a carrying forward of original veganism. And so I'd like to thank Dave C. Arenas, I'd like to thank Turning Veganese, and I'd like to thank Skyjack Morgan of Vegan Of Course. There are others as well, but those are the ones that come to mind immediately. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.
God almighty, that dog ear stinks, Candy. Ain't no good to you. Hell, he ain't no good to himself. Why don't you just shoot him, Candy?
Why, hell, I couldn't do that. I had him too long. I herded sheep with him.
That poor old dog just suffers herself all the time.
No.
Look. Take him out and shoot him right in the back of the head. Right there. Hell, he'd never even know what hit him.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I had him too long.
I'll tell you what, Candy, I'll shoot him for you. Then it won't be you that done it. No. Look, Slim's bitch has got a litter right now. Well, I bet you Slim would give you one of her pups to raise.
Sure. You can have any one of them pups you want.